Hello, fighter survivors and thrivers. Welcome to the Cancer Show. It is Cancer Tip Tuesday, and boy, do I have a tip for you. Okay, so do you know that processed meats are now listed in the same carcinogen category as alcoholic beverages, asbestos, arsenic, diesel, engine exhaust, and cigarettes? So I'm talking to the meat lovers out there. Meat lovers, we need to break it down. So I found this great article right here. I found it. Bustle.com. Bustle.com. And since we are going into the holiday season, Bustle is a perfect website to review the 8 reasons why meat is bad for you. 8 reasons. So, you know, there's lots of reasons not to eat meat. For me, I do it for the animals. But, you know, the bonus is the health. The health bonuses that you get with not eating meat. And I know that the meat lovers out there are just rolling their eyes like, oh my gosh. But listen, we don't actually know how bad meat is for us. So let's break it down. By now, you've probably heard that eating meat is bad for you. The world has meat a carcinogen that increases your risk of colon or rectum cancer by 18%. Okay. And this was written in February 15th, 2016 by Rachel Krantz. Thank you, Rachel, for your article. She goes on, but it's not just processed meat that poses a health risk. Science has known for a while that eating all kinds of animals, including white meat, is bad for you. Likely really bad. All right, so yeah, pretty much whenever I would eat processed meat, I would have a problem with my stomach and not feel good. And same with red meat, not feel good. So, you know, your body, if you listen to your body tells you what's going on. You just have to listen, and then you have to make changes. But because we like the taste so much, I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't miss meat, because I do miss meat. But what I don't miss is, you know, hurting an animal, and I don't miss the pain that I get, that I receive from eating meat. Okay, so let's go down. Number 1, it significantly increases your risk of cancer. Number 1, fighter survivors and thrivers. Number 1, you should not, please do not eat processed meat. So bad for you. It's so bad for you. Meat and cancer, how strong is the evidence? Most of us saw the story last year when the World Health Organization declared processed meat a carcinogen, which increases one risk of colon or rectal cancer by 18%. But it's not just processed meat that's put you at risk. An array of studies from top universities and independent researchers have found that eating chickens, cows, and other animals promotes cancer in many forms. Large studies in England and Germany showed that vegetarians were about 40% less likely to develop cancer compared to meat eaters, the most common forms being breast, prostate, and colon cancers. And those are the 3 most popular cancers, pretty much. A 2014 Harvard study found that just 1 serving a day of red meat during adolescence was associated with a 22% higher risk of premenopausal breast cancer, and that the same red meat consumption in adulthood was associated with a 13% higher risk of breast cancer overall. Okay. That's incredible. Like 22% higher. That's it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's just not worth eating it. You know, especially for those of us who have gone through cancer. Like, it's just, we have to be good to our body. We have to listen to our body. We have to honor and respect our body. And our body is saying, don't eat meat. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. A number of hypotheses are used to explain the connection between meat consumption and cancer risk. First, meat is devoid of fiber and other nutrients that have a protective effect against cancer. Meat also contains animal protein, saturated fat, and in some cases, carcinogenic compounds such as heterocyclic amines, HCA, and polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, PAH, which are formed during the processes which are formed during the processing of cooking. Meat also contains hormones which increase your cancer risk. More on that in a bit. Okay. Number 2, increases your risk of heart disease and diabetes. Bill Clinton, former President Bill Clinton. This is a quote. I just decided that I was the high-risk person, and I didn't want to fool with this anymore. I wanted to live to be a grandfather, so I decided to pick the diet that I thought would maximize my chances of long-term survival. This is the reason Bill Clinton went vegan. Bill Clinton went vegan? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I did not know that. Meat, dairy products, and eggs all contain cholesterol and saturated fat and contribute to America's top killers: heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, and various types of cancers. Decades of scientific study have linked our dietary cholesterol to cardiovascular disease, our country's #1 cause of death, killing nearly 2,200 Americans daily. Saturated fat is present in all meat and fish, even chicken and turkey cooked without the skin. Okay, so if the president is going vegan, we should go vegan. I can't believe that Bill Clinton is vegan. That is amazing. Okay, number 3, eating meat makes it harder to maintain a healthy body weight. Of course, you get to define what a healthy body weight means for you. And I'm not saying you should go vegetarian or vegan just to stay slim. That said, if you are looking to maintain a lower BMI for your health, it is worth knowing that meat eaters are 3 times more likely to be obese than vegetarians and 9 times more likely than vegans. On average, vegans are 10 to 20 pounds lighter than adult meaters. Vegetarian diets are also associated with higher metabolic rates, around 16% faster for vegans compared with meat eaters. So I've lost like 5 pounds, not on purpose. I'm not trying to lose weight, but cutting out meat, dairy, because dairy is like a lot of the fattening stuff that we like to eat, like cheese, sour cream, Miracle Whip, mayonnaise, butter. I'm trying to think of things that I reach for, and I'm like, okay, can't have that. Alternative. And then I find an alternative. And it's fine. I mean, it's a process. You have to want to do it. And when I hear these statistics, it makes me feel like almost like it's a backup and it's protection and it's a cancer fighter. So those reasons are really, really important to me. And just like former President Bill Clinton, that's the choice that I've made for the animals and also for health. Number 4, meat carries the highest risk of foodborne illness. Foods that make us sick. Food poisoning strikes an estimated 48 million people in the U.S. each year. Beef is a top cause of outbreaks, causing more of them than chicken or pork. Have you ever had food poisoning? I had food poisoning like 3 times. It's horrible. Not as bad as cancer treatment, but it's horrible. It doesn't end. It's like 24 hours of like just pain, suffering. Horrible. Okay, so here are the foods that make us sick. Fish 17%, dairy 11%, other 11%, beef. All types 9% mollusks, 9% chicken, 8% vegetable row crops, 7% pork, 7% fruit, 7% turkey, 4% grains and beans, 4% seeded vegetables, 3% eggs, 3%. Very interesting. Okay. Eating meat puts you at a greater risk for food poisoning because animal products are often tainted with fecal contamination during slaughter or processing. Fecal contamination in chicken especially is a major problem. According to Consumer Reports study, 97% of raw chicken in U.S. markets is contaminated with bacteria that could make customers sick. So if you eliminate animal products from your diet, you'll also be eliminating your exposure to the most common carrier of these bacteria. And I do not want you to go and look at any videos because they're very disturbing, but just let me tell you that what is going on in these slaughterhouses, it's dirty. It's dirty in every way. Like, it's dirty physically, it's dirty emotionally, it's dirty, it's humane dirty, it's just dirty, 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 dirty. So keep that in mind, that the chicken that you're eating might be contaminated. Okay, it might contribute to erectile dysfunction in men. Listen up, men, you don't want that. Meat, eggs, and dairy slow the flow of blood to all the body's organs, and not just the heart. Originally, it was thought that impotence was caused only by anxiety, but according to the Erectile Dysfunction Institute, I did not know that there was an institute named that. Interesting. Up to 90% of all cases of impotence are actually physical as opposed to psychological, meaning the high cholesterol, obesity, diabetes, prostate cancer, or inflammations and hormonal imbalances that eating meat causes may also contribute to impotence. Did you hear that, guys? Okay, number 6, most meat has hormones in it. To make cows grow at an unnaturally fast rate, the cattle industry feeds them pellets full of hormones. While low levels of naturally occurring hormones are found in various foods, many scientists are concerned that the artificial hormones injected into cows especially cause health problems in people who eat them. And while organic or hormone-free meat, while organic or hormone-free meat might be a better option, you're also not eliminating your chances of ingesting the naturally occurring sex hormones present. You're also not eliminating your chances of ingesting the naturally occurring sex hormones present in the animals when they were killed. The sex hormones progesterone, testosterone, and estrogen are all naturally occurring in animals, whether they've been given artificial hormones or not. And when you eat those animals, you're also eating hormones. Number 7, it may make you resistant to antibiotics. That's not a good thing. Factory farms and breeding grounds for antibiotic resistance bacteria known as supergerms on farms across America. Factory farms are breeding grounds for antibiotic resistant bacteria known as supergerms. On farms across America, the antibiotics that we depend on to treat human illnesses are now used to promote growth in animals and to keep them alive in horrific living conditions that would otherwise kill them. Countless new strains of antibiotic-resistant bacteria have developed as a result. Roughly 70% of the antibiotics used in the United States each year are given to animals that are used for food, meaning if you eat meat, you run a greater risk of making yourself antibiotic resistant. Vancomycin vancomycin, I don't know, a drug that is known as a last defense in fighting the deadly blood infections and pneumonia caused by Staphylococcus bacteria, I don't know if I said that right, is becoming obsolete because resistant strains have developed in farmed animals who are given the medicine as a growth stimulant. Okay. That bacteria, the one that I cannot pronounce correctly, is becoming obsolete because resistant strains have developed in farmed animals who are given the medicine as a growth stimulant. It's so dangerous. It's so dangerous. Okay, number 8, and we only have 8. Number 8. Ready? Drum roll, please. Increases your risk of death. We don't want that, no. And a large part because of all the health risks mentioned above, meat eaters just don't live as long as vegetarian and vegans. According to a study, over 70,000 people published in the journal JAMA Internal Medicine, vegetarians were 12% likely to have died during a 6-year follow-up period than their meat-eating peers. Vegetarian men live to an average of 83.3 years, compared with non-vegetarian men who live to an average of 73.8 years. Vegetarian women live to an average of 85.7 years, which is 6.1 years longer than non-vegetarian women, according to the Adventist Health Study 2. If you'd like to go the distance, looks like cutting out animals is one of the simplest things you can do. And then they have this amazing, I'm going to post the article below, but it shows us meat consumption per capita. USA is at the top, Germany, Sweden, Japan's at the bottom. Very interesting. Okay, so becoming vegan is a high calling because I'm trying to be one. It's not easy. But being a vegetarian, that's not that hard. That's not that difficult. And you shouldn't be drinking, or you shouldn't be drinking dairy anyways, because it's bad for you. And I did a whole post about that. So check out that video, why dairy is bad for us. And you're going to feel so much better when you start alternating fruits and vegetables and legumes and grains. You're going to feel so much better. I feel better. I do. I really feel better. I feel clean. My system feels clean. But when I would have like a steak, it would hurt my stomach. It would taste good, but it would hurt my stomach. Or anything dairy hurt my stomach. Cheese hurt my stomach. Now, I don't have that problem. I feel so much better. And I feel better as, that I'm contributing to our world, to our planet, and to our, our roommates, the animals. They're our roommates here. We share the earth with them. So we should treat them better. Don't you think? All right. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me for the 8 reasons meat is bad for you. And thank you again, Rachel. And thank you, bustle.com. Daily mantra, I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm whole. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm whole. One more time, please. I'm healthy, I'm happy, I am whole. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow for Cancer-Centric Workout Wednesday. Sending you love, light, and energy.